Yo guys, what is going on and welcome back to Premier League Talk. It's the first one of the new season and what a weekend we have just had. Incredible action from all over the table. North London derby, some shock results, some near record-breaking margins of victories. What a weekend we've had. As always, drop a like, subscribe, follow for more, follow me on TikTok. I upload there much more regularly than I do on YouTube. But yeah, let's get straight into it and we'll start with the North London derby. Now, what a wicked game of football that was to watch. 2-2 it ended, Saka getting a penalty, Romero own goal, 2 goals for Arsenal, and then Son grabbing a double for Spurs. And look, the Ange Postecoglou revolution is well and truly here, and I think that was primarily evident in this game. They were phenomenal, Spurs, and I have to give them real credit because they came to the Emirates and instead of sitting back like we have seen in previous years of them being timid, nervous when they're not on the ball and getting put under lots of pressure, they really went for it against Arsenal. And look, by no means do I think it was Arsenal's best performance. I really think we were lacklustre and we just looked tired, leggy. Didn't really look like we were going for it, and I don't think we were aided by the injuries of Declan Rice. I think we really missed someone on that left-hand side. Jesus, as much as I love him, he cannot play on the left wing. It needs to be Martinelli or Trossard. Unfortunately, they're both injured. And then, of course, we just had some substitution errors. I think Nketiah should have gone off instead of Jesus. I think Havertz should never have come on the pitch. Vieira was playing really well. I'm not sure why he made that substitution. Jorginho obviously came on to replace Declan Rice. He got injured at half-time. It looks like he'll be fine, though, for the Bournemouth game on the weekend. And then, obviously, Jorginho's error led to Spurs' second goal. But look, I think overall, 2-2 is a fair result. I think these two teams are going to be fighting for second place this season, along with Liverpool. It's going to be really interesting to see who of those three teams gets second. I think Manchester City are going to run away with the league, I can't lie. But yeah, as I was saying, the Tottenham era is well and truly underway with Ange Postecoglou. He looks like an absolutely class manager. He knows what the problem is at Spurs. He's identified it and he's working to change it. And that's probably the best performance I've seen from Spurs in the past 2 years. I really cannot lie. I don't watch much of their games. Of what I do watch, that was definitely the best. Son looks like a different animal now that Kane's gone. I know the pressure seems to have shifted more onto him to get the goals, but he looks like he's playing super well. Maddison has been unreal for Spurs. He was amazing again yesterday. It was a shame he had to go off injured. Yeah, they're just new style of play looks great, and it's great to watch. But yeah, what a North London derby. The second game I want to talk about is Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 1. Now, what a result this was for Unai Emery's side. Really needs to pick up some points, having lost 3-2 to Legia Warsaw in midweek in their Europa Conference League debut. Ollie Watkins popping up with his first Premier League goal of the season. Decent finish as well, managed to sneak it under Robert Sanchez into the far corner. And look, completely deserved in my opinion. Chelsea were really not on it. The only chance I really remember them having was Sterling. He could have squared it to Jackson, went for it himself, missed the goal completely. Look, for Villa, I think this is a massive 3 points. They haven't had the easiest starts of the season. I think a lot of people are expecting them to play much better. But hopefully this can be the start of a good run for them, because the team they have, they should be competing for the Europa League, maybe in the Champions League, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. Europa League definitely should be Aston Villa's target. And the players they've got as well, Diaby, Watkins, Coutinho, they've got some phenomenal talents. And it's really great to see them getting results like this away at places like that. Stamford Bridge, yes, Chelsea aren't on the greatest run of form, but it's still a very tough place to go and get a result. But yeah, fair play to Aston Villa. Chelsea, on the other hand, it's not looking good. If you look at the calendar year table for the whole of 2023, they are joint bottom with Everton if you disregard the promoted teams and the relegated teams. What are they meant to do at the moment? Pochettino was brought in, he was meant to be the saviour. They spent, again, a ton of money in the summer bringing in signings such as Caicedo, Lavia, Nicholas Jackson, and it just hasn't gelled at all. I think they still need a massive clear out, and it would be great if Pochettino could figure out who his first 11 is, who his best 11 is. Bring that sort of stability to the club that I think they need, because they are now without a win since August, and it's not looking great for them at all. They sit in 14th place, I'm pretty sure, and with the run of fixtures they've got coming up, they've got Fulham at one point, and then after that, you think they've got Arsenal at home, Manchester City at home, they've got Spurs away, Newcastle away. It could get really rough for them, so we'll have to see how they're able to turn it around. Gusto, of course, getting sent off as well. Questionable red card decision, but again, he may have won the ball, but the follow-through again just shows that it is a red card. But again, there's always going to be controversy around VAR decisions, especially how it has started the season. So yeah, what a result for Villa. Massive 3 points for them. Woes continue for Chelsea. Then finally, the third game that I want to talk about is Sheffield United 0, Newcastle United 8. Now, This was a massive confidence boost for Newcastle. They haven't started the Premier League season like they would want to at all. Managed to get off the mark with a win against Brentford 1-0 last weekend, and then obviously they were in midweek action in the Champions League at the San Siro, where they managed to get a point 0-0 against AC Milan. And look, this was huge. 8 different players scoring a goal for them. Massive confidence booster for Newcastle. They really need to start picking up points if they want to get into that top 4 race again. And I have no doubts that they will. 100% they should be up there. And results like this just prove it. Performances like this as well. They absolutely bossed Sheffield United, and it's completely shown by the scoreline. Moving on to Sheffield United though, and it's a trend that I'm seeing with all 3 of the promoted teams, Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United. None of them seem to really be able to cope with the standard of play in the Premier League. I know Luton got a point this weekend. Burnley, they still haven't won a game though. And neither have Luton as well. But they seem to all be really struggling with the pace of play in the Premier League. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Sheffield United, it just was a complete disaster. From minute 1 to minute 90, they just couldn't get a foothold in the game, couldn't get on the ball, and Newcastle just showed their full ruthless quality, and it was a brilliant, brilliant performance from Newcastle. I wouldn't say that it's all panic stations at Sheffield United. This sort of result can happen. We saw it with Southampton. They got beat 9-0 on the 2 years on the bounce. Didn't get relegated either of those years. So I wouldn't say it's a massive panic stations just yet. But I would think it's something that really, really needs to be contained. Their defence was shocking. And they just need to work on getting on the ball a bit more. And I think they should be fine. But yeah, massive, massive 3 points for Newcastle. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Really sorry I haven't done Premier League Talk for the first 5 or 6 game weeks we've had so far. Just been super busy. But I'm going to be back with them every week from now until the end of the season. So let's see what action continues. The table is really starting to take shape now. We're starting to see who will be fighting for what. And I'm so excited to see how the rest of the season pans out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.